And we're back. Now, I've done a little bit of terraforming around here, and we got us a bed, a stove. I mean, we're good to go now. The first thing we've got to do, just like anything, and by the way, look at this. Is this not beautiful? Diamonds right off the bat. I hear that bat again. I hear that bat. Where's he at? Where's he at? Oh, I wish I knew where that bat was. Ooh, more diamond. That's a bunch of diamond. Holy cow. But the first thing we gotta do, we gotta get some iron. And we want just enough iron to make some iron tools. And you'll find out why I say just enough much later when we get into some of the tinker mods. Because when you smelt in the regular furnace, you only get one block for one ore. But there's a way to get much more. Alright, we've got ourselves a little bit of that. Boy, look at all of this. Just resources out the yin yang. But while we're doing a little farming, let me tell you some of the things that's been going on, because I know some of you surely have noticed that I haven't been able to be as active. I got the Ninja Gaiden review done, which of course you know the videos like that, they take me a little longer to do because it's a lot of planning and a lot of trial and error to really get it to go right. Well, I got that done, and I just now finished up another course in college, and that course was absolutely tearing me up. It was insanely hard for me. I'm not good at it. But other than that, by the time you watch this, I will be in Philadelphia at Too Many Games. Last year, me and my wife went and we had a blast. It was our first real vacation, and I couldn't have picked a better place to go the first time. We got to meet so many cool people, and everybody was so nice. And my wife got to try 7-Eleven for the first time, so that was kind of cool to get her hooked on the 7-Eleven. But other than that, I mean, things just kind of been going. Where's our dirt? Where's our dirt? I'm hoping before too long, all of my college will settle down some. It seems like I have the best luck in the world at picking the absolute hardest classes. Because the 3 I'm in right now have been brutal. Ooh, stalactite. Let's see, how many do I want? How many do I want? I'll just smelt this whole stack. Here we go. But yeah, Too Many Games. If you ever have the opportunity, be sure to go to Too Many Games. It's a retro video game convention. It has a huge amount of people that participate in it. It's got guys like Pat the NES Punk. It's got the Game Chasers. It has people like Epic Game Music, and Re-Res goes every year. Alpha Omega Sin's gonna be there. And all the guys, when they're there, you can tell they have a lot of fun. James Rolfe, Mike Matei, and even Bootsy's coming this year. It's gonna be kind of cool to meet them. And it's not just video games, you know, there's guys like Team 4 Star up there if you like Dragon Ball Abridged and things like that. I mean, all in all, it's well worth the price of admission. There are vendors and vendors and vendors. I've actually got a haul video from last year if you dig in the channel a little bit, or I'll put a link in the description below to make it easy just to show you some of the pickups we had. But long story short, it's always great when you get to meet these guys you watch on YouTube. It's always fun. And it's even better when you meet them, when they're genuinely excited to meet you. And it's not just like, yeah, I've got to be here, and, there's a line, so make it quick, kid, come on. Everybody we met, for the most part, there was 2 people, I'm not going to mention their names, but everybody we met was super, super nice. And you couldn't ask for anything better. So, once again, that's Too Many Games, and it's probably going on as we speak. If not, it's the second to last weekend in June. It's in Oaks, Pennsylvania, and it's a 3-day event. And there's all kinds of cool arcades there. I can't wait. This year I'm going to play Super Breakout, or Super Arkanoid. Yeah, Super Arkanoid. I'm going to play it. I missed out last year getting to play it because there was a huge line for it. This year I'm going to get it. But other than that, what else is going on in Gizmo's life? I have dropped 20 pounds. More than my original 10 pounds that I dropped. And I gotta tell you, it's been a little bit of a challenge, but it's been well worth it. I had a shocking realization that my weight was getting a little bit out of hand. And luckily for me, I had this shocking revelation when it was still mildly easy to drop what I needed to drop. I weighed a little over 200 pounds. And I know for some of you, you're like, 200 pounds, that's not much. Well, 200 pounds for my weight, because I'm a little bit of a short guy, if you didn't know, 200 pounds is 50 pounds heavier than I'm supposed to be. 40 to 50. So yeah, that was a little bit of a slap in the face going, holy cow, how did I get that big that quick? And the answer's simple. It wasn't quick, it was over time, and it was a lot of cheeseburgers and pizza, and not doing a whole lot. So, how did I do it? And how can you do it too if you're struggling with a little weight loss? What I did was, I started out simply by swapping out Mountain Dew for caffeine-free Diet Mountain Dew. And I know, it's a sin. But that small change right there, in a month, I dropped 10 pounds. And once I got used to it, it really wasn't that big of a deal, swapping from regular to calorie-free, caffeine-free. It really wasn't that big of a deal. And I started watching what I was eating a little bit, and I did pretty good, but then I plateaued about the 12-pound mark. And I almost gave up. And I ended up gaining a little bit of the weight back. I got back up into the 190s. And I said, I've got to do something drastic. And the regional vice president of the company I work at, he was out hanging out with us, and we were having a little training. And he was talking about the diet he was on again. He said he goes on this diet about once a year for 3 months. And then he'll get off of it. He'll lose all the weight he wants to lose, and he loses it quick, and then he just maintains for a while, and of course over time you get a little lazy, so you end up gaining it back. So if you do it 3 months at a time the first time, and then the next time you do it, you may only have to do it for a month. And I said, well, what are you doing? What is it? Because he was telling me he was dropping like 10 pounds a week, or he was dropping 5 pounds this week. He had only been on it for a month and a half this time, and he was down 20 pounds. And I was like, holy cow, what's he doing? I said, how long are you at the gym? He said, I don't go to the gym. I'm not paying people to watch me exercise. Fair enough. I said, so what is it? He said, it's Atkins. And anybody that's unfamiliar with Atkins is a low-carb, low-sugar diet. And he warned me. He said the first week you're on Atkins, your body's not used to not getting carbs, especially if you eat a lot of fast food. And you would be surprised how many things are just loaded down with carbs. And basically in Atkins, what you're doing is you're eliminating down to about 20 carbs a day. Now the calorie intake doesn't matter. You can eat pretty much as many calories as you want, and you can eat as much meat as you want. It just depends on what you're putting on the meat. But there's no bread. Now we found some cool almost bread recipes to try out. Things like eggplant lasagna. And believe it or not, eggplant lasagna is fabulous. I've never liked eggplant in my life, but this is great. You can have a fair bit of cheese, because cheese is a low carb thing. You can have pickles, because pickles are nearly neutral in every aspect. They're basically a free food. But long story short, I am now down a month into it. I'm down nearly 30 pounds. And I know that sounds scary, but I'm not down 30 pounds just from Atkins, because I was already down the 10 to 12 whatever from going caffeine free. This was an additional 18 that I lost. And the first week, I was miserable. I was tired all the time. I was in a bad mood, to be honest. I mean, it was pretty grueling, and all I wanted was a cheeseburger or a pizza. That's all I wanted. But I couldn't have it. The hardest part is getting used to the diet. Getting your body used to not getting it. And once that was done, everything was kind of cool. At this point, I'm pretty much used to it, and I'm far enough into it now that I'm actually slowing down my weight loss a little bit. Because the big thing with Atkins, and where a lot of people fail, is they'll get down to the weight that they want, and then they'll get right back off of it, and they'll start binge eating carbs again. And the body's like, ooh, carbs, yay, store them. We haven't got them in a while. Store them. And you start getting your weight right back, just like that. Once you get down to close to where you are, you have to slow down your weight loss and slowly start introducing your carbs again. So a cheeseburger every once in a while isn't going to kill you, but you're going to be very surprised to find out that a cheeseburger will make you gain 2 pounds. So the goal is, I don't want to get down to 150. I think 150 is entirely too small. I want to get down to about 155. Now I want to get back into the carb diet, back into a regular everyday diet. And from there, we're going to go, and I'm going to start getting healthy. Once I get the weight off, I want to be healthy, because it's not just how little you weigh or how much you weigh. It's how well you are. So get down to about 155, 160, somewhere in there. And I'm really close now. I'm teetering between 170 and 168 depending on the day, because I'm gaining and losing. I'm almost at a plateau, but like I said, I'm easing back in. Once I get to there, I'm probably going to start running or lifting weights or something, because that's something I can't do on Atkins, because your body's not getting the carbs to rebuild the muscle. When you strain something, you're strained. I mean, you're pretty weak, and I've lost a lot of my muscle mass. My wife, on the other hand, she's losing just like I'm losing, but she still has all her muscle mass. For whatever reason, I think it's because I dropped the weight so fast that a lot of my muscle just went, no, bye, see ya. But, so we got that. I've got college. This semester's wrapping up in probably 6 weeks. And it's so close. I am so close to the goal. It's not even funny. I cannot wait to get out of college. I hate school, but you gotta do it. And I recommend to anybody out there, don't wait to go to college like I did. I waited nearly a decade to start. And all the things I've forgotten that I'm having to relearn are slowing me down so much. Go right out of high school. Take your ACTs. Take your SATs. Do whatever you got to do to help get a little ride. Because another part that really sucks is I'm having to pay for 100% of this all by my lonesome. And college isn't cheap. You can buy a really nice house for what a degree will give you. I mean, the same amount of money. My college is going to cost me somewhere between $32,000 and $40,000. That's a modest house. Well, in some parts of the world. But in the end, it's going to be worth it, because when you start using your degree, it's going to open up jobs with a lot higher pay brackets. And there's the argument that money means less once you make more. Whoa! No warning, no nothing. He was just there. Oof. Anyway, the money will mean less because you'll have more. And there's been case examples of basically going out and getting a $20,000 raise the first time you take a promotion after your college. And the career I'm in, that is a realistic opportunity. I get my degree, I move up again, I get a $20,000 pay raise in a company car. It's hard to argue with that. That means my first year I will pay for half of the college and still be making what I made before, plus paying off half, if that makes any sense. That's pretty significant. That means in 2 years the college is paid for if it goes up to 40. And everything after that is moot. I mean, it's profit. So get healthy, stay healthy, go to school, and maybe I'll see you at Too Many Games. If you see me running around, say hi. I'd love to hear from some of you guys. Obviously, I'm not a big enough channel to have a panel. I'm barely a big enough channel to even say that I have one. But hey, if you see me, you never know. We'll hang out, we'll grow together. Guys, next time we start the crazy. Bye.